Last night, the NBA draft tipped off, and get this, everybody. And this isn't even my opinion. This is ESPN's opinion. Just go to ESPN.com and take a look at the biggest winners of round one of the NBA draft. The Houston Rockets, who selected Kaman Maluak with the 10th overall pick per ESPN, they won the draft. Maluak will bring high-level intensity, rim protection timing, rebounding ability, and switchable defense quality the team lacked last season, injecting much-needed youth and energy into a roster overloaded in the backcourt. That's right, a lot of guys for the Rockets in the backcourt with Fred VanVleet and Amen Thompson and Reed Shepherd and Cam Whitmore. Most importantly, he is one of the draft's youngest prospects with significant potential for growth. Physically and skill-wise, he's highly regarded by coaches and teammates for his off-court intangibles. Okay, sounds like he's going to fit right in with Ime Udoka coming from Duke. The Rockets. The Rockets won the draft last night. No, not the Dallas Mavericks with the first overall pick taking Cooper Flagg. Nope, not the San Antonio Spurs taking Dylan Harper, the basketball player, not the first search on your Google. The Rockets won the draft last night. And listen, he put on that Rockets hat, and this is a guy that's going to fit right in. And, I mean, you already got all the size in the world. You've got Steven Adams. You've got Jabari Smith. You now have Kevin Durant. You've got Amen Thompson. You've got Tari Eason. You've got height. You've got size. You've got length. And you're bringing in some more. Oh, boy. I think the Rockets just won the NBA title last night with this pick. So,
yeah.
You want to weigh in on that? What, Sean?
I said, yeah. How could you not feel great for it? I mean, he had tears in his eyes getting drafted. His dream.
He's a Rocket
being
now.
realized, putting on that Rockets cap. Which
he's a Rocket.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, we all saw it right there. The Rockets have basically won the NBA offseason twice in just 3 to 4 days.
Yep.
It's incredible.
The legacy of Houston Rocket big men continues.
It continues.
From Moses Malone, Ralph Sampson, Hakeem Olajuwon.
He's huge. This was huge.
Yeah. Yao, Dwight Howard, Alperen Şengün.
Omer
Ashik, yeah. Remember when PJ Tucker was a center for a little while?
Chuck Hayes, notable.
That's
Rocket
true.
Center.
Big when it came to his heart.
Yes. It's not the size of the dog, Paul.
Yeah.
The size of the dog or the fight in the dog.
Exactly.
Yeah. Try to get back to dogs.
Charles Barkley, who played for the Rockets, bigger than he probably wanted to be in other ways.
He was a big, not a center. Not a
center.
He was a big.
Live up to.
But he always played bigger than he actually was.
Yeah.
Kelvin Cato, great Rocket center.
How long do you think we could keep going while people are like shaking their fists at the car?
I mean, I would say it was the best Rockets draft pick since Rudy Gay.
yeah. That's what
I really do. I think he could be as big of an impact on the Rockets as Rudy Gay.
I think bigger, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, literally, he's bigger.
He was traded for Kevin Durant, so he's bigger.
Kevin Durant.
There it is.
Will Kevin Durant outproduce Shane Battier?
I gotta say, this is so easy to fix. Like, why do they have to put on the hat of a team that has traded them already?
Yeah.
It's so strange. Like, you have an opportunity for an optic right away so that you can post this on social media as a team and try to get your fan base to buy back in. If you're a Suns fan, you probably want to kill yourself right now. It's been a rough week. You just traded Kevin Durant for basically pennies, and everyone's looking at you and acting like you don't have anything going forward. And all of a sudden, like, you get this guy, but everyone thinks he's a Rocket. And they have to play dumb on the broadcast, too. It's just so bizarre. I mean, you could move the draft back a few days, or you could I don't know, do something where free agency happens first, the league year starts first, and then the draft happens?
Or
so
you
then
could,
that way you can make this happen in like a more sensical order?
yeah, or you can just like finalize trades involving draft picks before the draft. Like just, hey, if it involves a draft pick this year and it's been made, whatever, since the offseason started, like we'll just put them in the right hat. When so a team trades up in the middle of the draft, I can understand how like logistically that's like a little hard, and sometimes the trade gets announced after the pick gets made, and so I can see though, like the Pelicans one, like I can see how it's hard to get a Pelicans hat up there, but for the Rockets trade, they traded the 10th pick on Sunday, like there's plenty of time.
We knew this well in advance.
They had a graphic. They
didn't even say anything when the pick was made. This will be traded to Phoenix. Like they could have said that. It's a very bizarre presentation, and it's once again why the NFL runs everything. The NFL's draft presentation is second to none. The NBA, you got people talking about it that don't know a damn thing outside of Bob Myers, right? I mean, you've got Kendrick Perkins. No offense to Kendrick Perkins, I don't really think much of him as a scout. You got Stephen A. Smith yapping, screaming, and playing solitaire. I mean, you've got a lot of. And I like Stephen A.
It should be Billis and Myers, and then maybe like a former player. Like
right.
That's what the crew should be.
It used to be Billis and Myers and Bill Simmons, and it was pretty good actually. This not great, and it allows for things like the significant others of Dylan Harper's father, Ron Harper, or the significant other of that guy who the Raptors drafted. He was so mad
Murray
that he got
Boyles.
drafted. About Colin Murray Boyle's significant other, or that's how the stories become this, because the presentation's bad and people actually had to go with this charade that the Houston Rockets drafted a guy that's going to be on the Phoenix Suns. Like, that was the biggest story in the NBA going into it, and you're basically acting like, well, the Kevin Durant trade technically didn't happen yet at the biggest event of your offseason. It's just it's such an easy fix. Like, that's what frustrates me. If there was some sort of convoluted reason as to why this had to happen, like, I would understand it. But, I mean, for God's sakes, that one guy who plays for that German team that we talked about yesterday, he left Game 5, the championship, Game 5, the clincher, to watch this presentation, and they can't even get the presentation right. So he left for that, and he's not even getting a correct presentation.
Especially when it's a week.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the crazy thing about it. Like, one of these things, when the start of the NBA year and free agency and the draft are 1 week apart, can't we just move each one by like 3 days and all of this fixes itself?
Totally.
It's such an easy fix.
You can
we're not talking about months. We're talking about literally a week.
Yeah.
And you can just like make an exception for it's like, hey, if you've agreed in principle to a trade involving a 2025 draft pick by 9:00 the morning of the draft, like we'll put them in the right hats. If you make a draft day trade, like we'll have to do that as we go. But this Kevin Durant thing, there's another trade that also involved is it like a Pacers pick or something?
I think so, yeah.
Where it's like, guys, like we knew about this trade weeks ago. Like you
do a ceremonial hat switch or something like that too. I mean, like to show,
or like it's a college football player picking up passes.
Exactly, like that would make sense. Like everyone knows what's happening on the broadcast, and yet the broadcast doesn't acknowledge the thing that everyone knows, which is it makes you feel like you're crazy out there. So I was kidding about the Rockets winning the draft. As far as how the rest of the draft went and how it relates to them, the Mavericks are only going to be a threat when Kyrie Irving is back, and we do not know when that's going to be. When Kyrie Irving is back, I am intrigued by this Dallas Mavericks team with Anthony Davis, Cooper Flagg, and Kyrie Irving. For now, afterthought. I know that they got all the way to the finals. That was with Luka Doncic. But when Kyrie's back, you got another threat in state. As far as the Spurs are concerned, I like the upside for Dylan Harper. I think, just remembering how Steph Curry came into the league with his dad, Del Curry, for such a long time. If your dad's Ron Harper, which also wasn't talked about nearly enough on the broadcast last night. I mean, part of the 90s Bulls. So, I mean, the the work ethic it takes because your dad's reminding you of it at all times. And I think generally dads are better at communicating things to a son than anyone. So I think when it comes to that guy, I like the upside, but I definitely think it's going to be like a year and a half or so until the Spurs are where the Rockets are. It's not that far away, though. It's not that far away. And the West, man, it's gonna be a really good conference. It's so annoying that both Texas teams got the other top picks. It's just so obnoxious. I suppose it'll make things more competitive, and it's been a while since there's really been any heat between any of the teams in Texas from a basketball perspective. There's probably some Maverick Spurs heat in the early 2010s when the Rockets were still, like with Luis Scola as their best player. And yeah, there was a little bit of Rockets Spurs heat. They did have that one playoff series, and the Mavericks and Rockets had that one playoff series, but I was the one where Rajon Rondo quit. So it's annoying that these teams got rewarded, but I do think it's going to be a time before they are actually annoying on the court to the Rockets. You want to chime in, 713-780-3776 is how you call. It's how you text. We're on YouTube at ESPN Houston, on Twitch at ESPN 975. I guess we should be thankful that the Rockets did not draft Malawak because, Sean, if I'm not mistaken, we were talking about this during the commercial break, our beloved Cougs destroyed him. They took his life essence away.
Yes, he's 7'1", I believe, center for Duke. And when the Duke Blue Devils played Houston in the Final Four, Malawak finished the game. I think he played probably a little over 20 minutes. He finished with 0 rebounds against the Cougs.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, the Cougs are a great rebounding team, offensive, defensive rebounding team. I would like you to get 1 rebound. Like I just would want one. Just give me 1 or 2. Like
just one.
Every 10 minutes that you're out there, you can't grab a rebound.
Right. Yeah,
there's plenty of the shots.